right, we got algebra lesson 13 here. This lesson is on multiplying a lot of signed numbers together in a problem, and also some order of operation problems, just kind of increasing the difficulty with multiple symbols of inclusion. So let's jump into it. Letter A, I have to start with the innermost parentheses first, right? I know my brackets or my braces here are pretty ugly, but hopefully yours are a little neater than mine. But I have parentheses, then brackets, then what we call braces. And I have to start with the innermost parentheses first. So I'm going to do -4 minus 3, that's -7. -2 or -8 minus 2, that's -10. So I have -7 times -10, and then minus 4. All right, that's all inside of the brackets here. Okay, so -7 times -10. Right, there's applied multiplication there. That's 70 minus 4 is 66. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. I have basically 3 times 2 times 66, right? Because the whole bracket was equal to 66. So then I do the 2 times the 66. That is 132, and then that times 3 is 396. Okay, 396 should be the answer for that one. Letter B. Then for the numerator here, I got my innermost parentheses, -4 minus 1, that's -5. I got the sneaky little 3 here with implied multiplication, so -5 times times 3 is -15. So it's -15 minus 5, and that times -3, right? Because this -5 is still inside of these braces, and the -3 is outside the braces. So I'm rewriting it here. -15 minus 5, or -15 plus -5, that's -20, times -3 is +60. 4 minus 7 is -3, times 2 is -6. 60 divided by -6 is -10. All right, we got to be really solid on our operations with negatives here. Okay, innermost parentheses first. Letter C, I'm going to ignore the negatives and just do 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, and then count how many negatives I had. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, that's 24. I got 4 negatives. Since I have an even number of negatives, I know the answer is going to be positive, right? Because a negative times a negative is a positive, so it's like, you know, these 2 negatives cancel out, these 2 negatives cancel out. I get 24 total. Here, D, I just have the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of 2. We're going to have 4 negatives, right? Each pair of negatives cancels out, so that's just going to be +2. Letter E, I didn't write down here because letter E, a little too close there. Just asks, is the following product a positive number or a negative number? Do not multiply. Give the reason. So I see all these numbers multiply together. Again, do not multiply. I just have to count how many negatives there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 negatives. So I know the answer is going to be negative. My reasoning could be just because there are an odd number of negatives. Right? There's 7 negatives. There's an odd number of negatives, so that's how I know that my overall product is going to be negative. Okay. On these order of operation problems, you know, we really just have to make sure we're taking them slow. We're being careful with our arithmetic. Taking them slow, being careful with our arithmetic, and double checking our work to make sure we didn't make a silly mistake. I actually just realized that I wrote down letter C wrong. Hopefully you're still watching. This was supposed to be -3, so it's actually 36 and not 24. Apologize for that. So that's algebra lesson 13. You know, still in the review here with order of operations, but got to be really solid on order of operations and our operation with negative numbers. Okay. See you back for lesson 14.